my dear Cancer. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of September 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. Today, from my point of view, we are entering into Virgo season. So remember to say happy birthday to all Virgos out there. And I will do a shorter 10 card spread instead of the usual 15. And if you like it, I might continue doing my generals in this fashion. I do this reading in the order of birthdays. We start from Virgo, and in about 2 to 3 weeks time, I will take 2 days off work and do Libra season bonus love reading for the 8 signs that appreciate this reading the most. So remember to hit that like button, and if you feel that you have the time, you can watch that or click it, which financially frees up my time so I can do more readings like this for you. And as always, these readings apply to your sun, moon, and rising sign, and Venus, Vedic, or tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And if you need more information, or if you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the bonus reading for Virgo season that is up, or the general reading for August, or the pick a card readings on the first page of my channel. Click my little Queen of Cups icon and then scroll down a little on the first channel page. There you will see different readings that can clarify your situation. You can also seek out a personal reading. Go to my webpage www.queenofcupstarot.se. I have new VIP package up for those of you that want to take a big jump in your personal and spiritual growth. So for this reading, I will use the 78 Tarot. Mythical, legendary, Tarot of the Legendary. It's a global art collaboration limited edition deck. And when I open your deck here, I see 9 of Pentacles together with Justice. So it's a little bit high and dry. It's unusual for Cancer. But I think that you have started to love and respect yourself, and you want justice. You want the same thing out of a relationship that you put into the relationship, and if you don't get it, well, you rather spend your time alone enjoying yourself. Okay, so it's very important for you Cancer with Justice at this point that there's equality, because as we have seen before with you, you have been codependent sometimes for years. And now it's enough of that, apparently. So congratulations, Cancer. Some of you might be dealing with a Libra or a Virgo as well that is a little bit kind of holding people on an arm's length distance. But maybe it's the person you have learned this new thing from. Okay, so I call the Divine with love and light. And here we have a King of Swords. Together with Justice. So this is you taking in your opposite force, kind of. Even if opposite force probably is fire, this is air. It's logic instead of emotions. So going with logic, even if your heart cries out for a person, if that person isn't helpful with making balance in the relationship, you rather go with the logic. You see things clearly. So I hear a song. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. So I will probably write that down before it's eludes my mind. Okay. I can see clearly now. And if we are not so weighed down by pain that's caused in our inside when we don't get like the closeness or the affection or the justice that we want, it's easier for us to make good decisions. And when we are not so devoured by pain, but actually thinks, okay, so I can take care of myself if you don't want to share this with me. So it seems very royal. It seems like you have taking this time to kind of see things from an above perspective and taking very logical decision about fairness. You want to be respected. You have high values, moral values. This is a judge and this is the court, justice. So I think you see things from an above perspective and taking very good decisions, healthy decisions. Okay, so, and you can now, because you love yourself, so you're not dependent on other people to give you what you want and need. You can give it to yourself, okay? So I called the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and we have 9 of Wands together with Justice. So 9 of Wands is, it shows that you have gone through a lot of challenges, but what doesn't kill you make you stronger, and now you give justice to yourself. If you need a hero, you become your own hero. If you need someone to respect you, you respect yourself. If you need love, you give it to yourself, okay? So, I think you are a little bit bitter maybe for how you have been treated. We saw about the 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. It doesn't talk about bitterness, but it talks about distance. It's the hermit, distancing themselves from society, from the Hierophant, so that they can take this time out and figure out, okay, so what with society do I want, and what don't I want? What do I want to change? What, and you can see it from your perspective, what do I want from my family or this partnership or this relationship, and what don't I want? So what do I have to say no to, and what can I say yes to? So it's distancing oneself a little bit so we can take better decision and feel what is it that I want to contribute with, and how can I get fairness out of this situation as well. So 6 elements, and here we have the Page of Cups together with the 9 of Wands. So this is what it's all about. It's your inner child here that needs to be taken care of, needs to be protected by the grown-ups inside of you. This little entity has the key to your dreams, the key to your heart, the key to your soul, everything. So you don't give it away to whomever, like a shabby something that doesn't give you justice, okay? So this is what you have learned, to take better care of this inner core of you and not leaving it out to be heartbroken or, devoured by wolves. Okay, so what doesn't kill you make you stronger. So now you're strong enough to put boundaries and, be a little bit smarter, a little bit more cunning as well with the fox attitude there. Okay, so, okay. 6 elements. Earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today. Knight of Cups. And to give us a clear view reading for my dear Cancer viewers. So, I want my dear Cancer to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. And I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I think you still have the same needs of people that you had before with the cards that was jumping. But with the 2 of Wands that we also saw, you are put boundaries. So even if you love and long for people in general or some particular person, you don't throw yourself at them. You have dignity now, self-control, okay? So I will just tune in for a few seconds here to you and the energy of September for you. So my dear Cancer, this will be the new bottom of the deck, and the bottom of the deck kind of shows the essence of the situation. And here we have the 9 of Pentacles. So this is self-love, making your inside, your home, your body into a feng shui place where you are dignifying both your home with attention, loving attention and care, your body with loving attention and care, your inside space like your temple with loving attention and care. So this is you taking care of yourself, building on your resources, so you feel healthier, stronger, more relaxed, more rested. You're taking better care of yourself, so you may be eating better, getting more vitamins to your body, and so on and so forth. So very healthy, but still with this little bit suspicion towards other people. Okay, and this was the old foundation, and we have a 10 of Pentacles. So that's a lot to lose if we needed to step away from it. 10 Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. you have so much value in family and friends and loved ones, and maybe your career, your like the place where you get your income, and maybe your house, a family house, a loved place. Okay, but you are ready to sacrifice some of that if it doesn't give you inner peace. Okay, if you have a family and every time you enter the family home, someone is nagging at you or being angry with you or having demands on you, you might want to retreat and figure out, okay, so how to deal with this. I love this person, but I can't stand the constant criticism that's coming my way. So that's kind of the situation I see you go through in different with different scenarios. It might be that you love your family, but they are nice on an arm's length distance for right now. But this is going to change. It's just a state, okay, where you are trying to figure things out. So it's fine. So I'm going to show you this reading and this is going to be your situation. And this is going to be the challenge. This is the challenge of your situation. This is how you deal with said challenge. This is what your intuition is telling you. And this is how you're following your intuition. This is what you need to relax and accept. And this is the next level when you have worked through all this, where will you find yourself? And this is the original reading. It calls the lifting bird, but I have added some cards, and it's a mini lifting bird. So this will be, all these 3 cards will be result. It might give a hint about the next thing that you will have to work through when you have been doing this. And from an above perspective, you can see that it's a heart. So it's union, when you come to more and more union with yourself. Okay. So starting point, the situation, it's the moon. So this is Cancer. Okay. So you are this is your superpower, being vibrating with the universe, knowing what's going on before anyone else knows it, feeling intuition and hunches and guesses, and it just flows through you. You see immediately when you look at another person what kind of mood they are in, and you might ask a lot, so what is it? Is it something up? Is it something wrong with you? How do you feel today? What's going on with you? Because you feel the vibration. Many people are not like this. They don't like this this emotional thing because they are scared of it. They are scared of their emotion. We can also see a lot of Cancers, particularly people that identify more with their masculine side, being very cold and detached because they can't deal with their own superpower. They can't deal with their own emotions. So they are scared of them, and they are putting them on an arm's length distance and might become a little bit sharp towards their surrounding, or cutting, or even we can even be lose respect. We can have no respect towards others, taking them for granted when we don't have access to this. Because here lies not only all this that we can kind of walk a mile in another person's shoes, just by feeling, okay? It's also a lot of empathy. We can feel empathy for that person because we know how they feel. We can also have a lot of solutions for them, and to be able to guide them to where they could go with this. So it's a lot of healing that comes with these properties, and also a lot of knowing. And people can be a little bit scared of all the things that you know, and they don't want you to see right through them. And I think before you felt like showing love and empathy and understanding, and showing that you knew what the other person went through. It was your thing, okay? And you wanted other people to be like you. But with the cards that I've seen so far, I think you felt that everyone else were so closed off. They were not appreciating you knowing everything about them. So it might not have been particularly rewarding. I don't know why I closed this, but it might not have been particularly rewarding for you to be this empath. Sometimes we can also be, coming from the moon like this, we can also be a little bit codependent, because when we know what a person is going through, we make up a lot of excuses for them. So, okay, so he has a rough day at work. So she has problem with her parents. So we carry a lot on our own shoulders when we are like this. And because we feel strong, so we can carry the people that we see are hurting around us. So when they are acting snappy or like step over our boundaries, it might be that you are able to say, okay, but it's because this and this. And easily you become a codependent. Okay, so I think this is where the bitterness lies, which I felt before, that people have taken advantage of your strength and of your empathy and your ability to live yourself into another person's situation. And here we have the challenge. So you can see right through people and see what's going on with them, and see their hurt and their pain. And you might have disregarded your own hurt and your own pain, but now this is what you are focusing on, because you might feel like there were no one out there that was saving me. Why were I saving all these people? Or why were I helping my partner when they never helped me back? Or why did I show so much smiles and care and love towards these people in my family that never showed me this back to me? When something happened, when something went wrong for me, they were almost, maybe you can have felt that they were almost happy, like because something went wrong for you. So this is clearly a wound that you have now. Before you saw it in other people and you could help them so they didn't have to feel this with themselves. You kind of run around with this safety net all the time and catched people. And now you need to do this for yourself, okay? And we can see with this safety net that you have around you, it's not particularly thick. It's this spider web here. So no one was there and catched you when you fell, okay? So now you need to, all this what you have focused before on others, not all, some you need to still take care of your children and things like this, but a lot of this what you gave to others that didn't give it back. You have probably a lot of people in your life that actually gives a lot of love back, and those you're still with, but others you probably have taken a little bit distance from them. The moon 18, 1 + 8, 9 again, like the hermit energy. And this is connected to the lovers. So again, with this codependent energy, when we feel so tied to a person because we love them, so we can't let them go, even if they abuse us, even if they disrespect us or doesn't love us properly, we feel so tied because we don't have self-control, because we feel our emotions so deeply. So I think this is what you're trying to turn around, to actually take control of yourself with logic, so that you won't be an easy victim for someone that wants to abuse you or use you for your abilities to take so much care. And here we have a 4 of Pentacles. So we can see that the ridges on this tree's branches have been a little bit too much. So some of them have snapped. So with you carrying all these people, because these people were so valuable for you, it's have taken a toll on you yourself. Sometimes we can see great value could be reached in a relationship if the person just stopped doing drugs, or were a little bit nicer. If they were nice towards you, you could make paradise together. If they just did this, if they just did that. And that is what you have carried around, like the potential. And sometimes we just need to see the truth, that the potential is there, but the person is never going to, take the necessary steps to help you get there, together with them, of course. So we can have we can see that a person's life would be better if they were not consumed by drugs or close their heart or whatever is their problem. But we can't really, they have their own free will. So if they don't want to go there with you, you can go there yourself. And that's what we saw with the earlier cards, when we saw that you were taking good care of yourself. You can put all this effort, which you put on people, hopeless cases sometimes, and put it on yourself. And then you're really getting somewhere, since you don't have any blockages towards living a full life. You know what a full life would mean. You know how to love, you know how to give, you know how to make paradise on earth. So you don't have to match yourself up with people that kind of is destroying everything you're wanting to build. And it's not purposeful. It's not like they want to do that to hurt you or whatever. It's because they live a little bit destructive lives, and they kind of they don't need you to catch them. They need to fall on their little faces so that they can take themselves up from there and become stronger. You know, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. So take care of yourself and watch them fall on their face, and they will go after you, like on the same path towards healing. So it's better to actually take good care of yourself in these. Yes, we need help. In the most acute phases, we need help from others. But after that, it's always the person themselves that needs to take them out of the hole, like the hole of depression, drugs, or whatever negative behavior or thought pattern or emotional pattern we might have. So if you let them do that, if you let them take themselves up a little bit by themselves, of course you can still be there with love and great advice, but sometimes we can love the person for who they are. Like, this person is a drug addict, and that causes a lot of problem. I love them, but I don't invite them to my house. Okay. So I love you, my sister, for example, but I don't invite you to my house, because then I know things are going to go bad. Keeping inviting a person that steals your car is what makes you a codependent. If you just love the person and, and maybe send them food packages, that's love. And that's not codependency. Okay. This is your intuition, and your intuition is telling you that you're living after impossible rules. Okay, you have a lot of rules for how to behave, and if you don't behave that way, you feel guilty, or you get a bad consciousness and think that you could have done more. If a person, take their own life, for example, it's your fault. You should have been there, you should have seen it, and it's because you have this superpower, so you can see it. But you can't take the whole world on your shoulder. Some people is better off if they are able to take if they are able to take better care of themselves. It doesn't mean that you should ignore a person that's feeling bad, but don't blame the whole world's flaws or shortcomings or mistakes or mishappenings on yourself. That's all I'm saying. You're still allowed to be helpful and help a person in crisis, but it's like you're thinking that if you don't fix it, no one will. So what about God? Okay. Can you leave something up to the divine so that this is their responsibility also sometimes, and that person, their own soul's responsibility? And have you thought of the thought that the person might have chosen that kind of life also, so they will learn something? And if you are there and fixing everything, they might not ever learn their lesson. Okay. So this is how you listen to your intuition, and it looks wonderful. The Empress, it's very outgiving, like you're pouring yourself out to the world. But I feel wisdom with this. Okay. I feel wisdom with this. And that you now know better. Okay, you know more accurately when to put yourself into the situation and when not. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling, because with the Four of Pentacles, I think you have started to put up a little bit boundaries. You have seen that it takes a toll on you. You still want to be unconditionally loving. That's your thing, but maybe with moderation. So there's still some left for you. If this is the earth, okay, and earth gives her whole self to humans to feed themselves, so they eat everything like grasshoppers, then there's nothing left of the earth and all humanity will die. So that's not in humanity's best interest. So Gaia, the earth, needs to save resources that's not for human beings to explore or exploit. Okay. So that's the same with you, that you need to have seeds left for the next season. You need to have energy left for the next day. Okay. try to make it as clear as possible. We have 3 here, the Empress, 4 Pentacles, that's connected to the Emperor. So we have a little bit, like the masculine side here is a little bit poor. So it might be that there's a lack of self-love with the masculine side of you. So you don't put boundaries. And sometimes I'm feeling this with a bad self-confidence, or like we feel we are bad people. And because of this, we put people on the arm's length distance. This might be another person that's connected to you that do things like this. So you try to overcompensate a little bit because this person doesn't give much of themselves. And it's almost like they are broken in some way. I can't read into their whole story, but it seems like you are a little bit better off, like you are okay with things, like you are strong, and there's a person, a very poor person on the side of you that might show off as, you know, masculine and strong and have it all together, but inside it's just a hole and like a scream, okay? So I think that this can be one of your pitfalls sometimes when you know this about a person, and therefore you overcompensate to help them. But maybe, again, they need to help themselves. Okay, so this is what you need to relax and accept. 3 of Cups. It should be fun to be together with other people. You shouldn't have to be like taking care of them or always compensating for their shortcomings. It should be a cooperation, like where everyone is contributing equally. Everyone is trying to be nice, trying to show up their best face and like a positive attitude and elevate the situation. Either you are going to the store or visiting friends or whatever. If you have a partner with you that always drags you down and is angry or full of bitterness and try to destroy the situation, you need to see this, that this is what you need. You need people that tries to build positive things together. And it's another 3 here. So if you have like a little bit of a miser that kind of destroys the mood, maybe they can stay at home. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling here. So find the people that actually, you know, these friends and loved ones, what I talked about before, that actually have your back, that actually put in the same effort, that actually, you know, try to make things better and that you can rely on. Okay, choose these people instead of saving the ones that like always seems to go back to the water and trying to drown themselves. I'm not saying that you're going to, but I'm not really talking about suicidal people here. I'm more talking about self-destructive people. Okay, people that wants to destroy the party, so all the attention will be on them. Or the person that will destroy the family picnic so that all attention will be on them. These kind of people. Sometimes these people are your children. And then you need to maybe show them a better way to get attention. That it's better if you say, hey, mommy, hey, daddy, I feel a little bit strange. I feel a little bit lonely. Can we please talk about it? It's better than to lie down on the floor in the store and scream your lungs off. Okay, so you can give them tools how to deal with this. But if it's grown people and they want to be self-destructive, maybe find your own party. Okay, the people that, you know, wants the same thing as you, because maybe they don't need people to help them. Maybe they need to find another way to get attention, maybe a more positive way. So it's like you have people in your life that's on a destructive course of action, like they do actions that's self-destructive, like you build up and they tear it down, and when they do, you give them a lot of attention and say, how can I help you? How can I make you feel better? How can I make you feel less angry? Can I do your dinner? Can I give you your clothes? Can I do this? So you're like a servant to this person, and they are using the situation and becoming more and more self-destructive so that you will help them. So they are acting like a little child, and you are acting like their parent. So little child, parent. Okay. And here we have the next level, Ace of Wands. So this is when you start to become a little bit careless, okay? You're starting to think, okay, so it's up to the divine actually. It's not up to me to save this person. It's up to them. and their guides. I'm not supposed to always be on, high alert and fixing everything for everyone. This is a little bit my way or the highway. Like, you can be a little bit self-destructive at times. Like, instead of building something up, you can be the one on the picnic saying, this is a crappy picnic. Can we please go home? So you can play with this a little bit and see. You can, it's not to win or to, take revenge, but experiment and see what it is that this is all about. Instead of blindly trying to carry the load forward, play with these energies. Don't take it so seriously, okay? It's just that it seems like there's a person in your life, important person in your life, that starts to take advantage of your empathy, and it kind of keeps you in a bad place together with them when you really could be on a much better place on your own. So what do you have to lose? Mirror their behavior a little bit and have some fun. So maybe this just mirroring their behavior a little bit can help them to grow up and see what they are doing. And if it's not, then you'll see this and you will want to move towards situations that's more fulfilling for you. That's okay. So nice. It was a nice time. Now I'll go and put all my strength somewhere else where we can build something, instead of I'm building it and you tearing it down. And so it's like nature here. Sometimes nature, we have the fiery dragon there, gets a little bit of a volcanic eruption, like a game with the humans that think that they own the land, okay? So spraying a little bit of volcanic ashes on them and show, no, your roads are nothing for me, like your railroads and roads, now they are covered, so what will you do? So she has a little bit of fun when she thinks that humans have gotten a little bit too cocky. So that's kind of the energy I'm feeling here with you. A little bit volcanic eruption where you spray lava here and there and don't care so much for the reaction, because you know that you tried harder than anyone else to get this to work. So you feel that it's okay if you are sometimes acting like these self-destructive people. Okay. So next level, and here we have a Queen of Wands. So it kind of, the Empress and this Ace of Wands in combination becomes the Queen of Wands. So yes, you are sad because things could have been better. People could have been more helpful. But you also have clear insight. You know that this is not what is. Okay, you are not in paradise. This is not an ideal situation. People are causing you pain when they don't see the riches that could be built if you all acted together, instead of one acts like a child and the other one needs to be the grown-up. So, and she has a dragon here that's on the grow. It's going to start growing, and she has this magical wand. So I think you are well equipped for the future, Cancer. And I think it's a little bit pity for the people that try to screw with you. Okay. So yes, you're sad, but you're going to turn this into magnificent strength, where you start to listen to your own wisdom, because you clearly know better how things should be done. So why listen to someone that dictates a not as happy and productive life for you? So why listen to someone that always whines, that always are negative, doesn't want to move forward, doesn't want to take responsibility? So they are not supposed to rule the show. Okay, so be a good example as well. And I have an Eight of Wands. The risk is that they will see just the behind of you and you are already in your marvelous future without them. So it's a big possibility that you will be able to move on. You will probably still remember these people and wish that things would have been different. Okay, but it's fine. You're starting to accept reality, and you actually want to have some fun in your life before your days are over. So choosing better situation, just it's easy. So it seems like you are moving on in terrific speed together with the divine, that is kind of applauding this a little bit, seeing your strength, seeing how you can use it in better ways to benefit your life. And imagine if you wouldn't have stayed behind and left and helped all these sorry asses that didn't want to do anything good for themselves. Where would you have been? Okay, I'm not talking about selfishness. I'm talking about being a good example for others, showing it how it's done. Okay. And here we have a King of Pentacles. So, showing it how it's done. You now live in a castle. You are very successful, have a lot of money, a lot of love. This person seems like a family guy. He has a lot of armor and stuff, but he also have the cloak of passion and this kilt of passion and this goat showing the strength and the stubbornness, like my way or the highway. But I feel that this is a lot of love from this person, and it's like you're building a new life for yourself where you are taking care of you. Also remember that you become like the 5 people you are spending most time with. They are affecting your life a lot. So try to spend time with 5 people that have a life that you actually want to, you would like to have it too, or so that you don't let people that have chosen to live in a very dark place affect you. I'm not talking about people that had, an accident and was they couldn't take a job and they were thrown out of their house and they are now homeless. I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about the people that deliberately they are self-destructive in their life because they enjoy the attention. So that's what I'm talking about. And here you kind of don't have to give them attention because you have already built a beautiful new life for yourself. And for those that wonders, this is, we have Taurus, Aries, Sagittarius, and Capricorn here. Capricorn there as well. So, and for those that wonders about this person, it seems like with the Capricorn references here and there, that they could easily follow you, this person, if they just stopped being self-destructive. So if you show them how it's done, they might, like a few years from now, live in similar circumstances as you because they followed your example, even on a distance. Okay, so I'm going to take an oracle card to clarify a little bit of advices for you, Capricorn, Cancer. So, yes, call the divine here for some advices to my Cancer viewers. Thank you. It's 2. Resilience, rise above tribulations and memories, cherish memories of loved ones. So I think you think that you are angry enough to cut cords with these people and never think of them again. But think again. I don't believe that that's going to be possible. I think you have a lot of connection with these people. So you might not be able to, in your mind, cut cords with them. And that's fine, because how can they live by your example if they don't have connection with you? So you might still be working with some people you try to get away from. You will work with them in dreams. Okay? So, resilience. Rise above tribulations. This card encourages you to endure and withstand stress and recover quickly from life changes, misdeeds, or bad ordeal. This is also about facing life's adversities with courage and patience in such a way that you come through in unsketched, better and stronger for the experience. Now, that's kind of what I see with this whole reading. It also means that the recovery from an illness or being rejected by a loved one will happen quickly. This takes compassion, determination, and strength that will not be defeated. The resilience of a human spirit and the validity of love inhabits us to rise above our tribulations and fly again. There, 8 of Wands. Accept your reality in a positive light and make it good. Mantra. I have the strength to quickly rise above my problems. So, yeah, it's sums up the whole reading quite nicely, actually. So it shows you that you don't have to let past things drag you down. It doesn't say anything about you. Even if you were the one having these deep problems, it doesn't say anything about you. When you just accept your emotions, deal with them, stay with them, stop with the destructive behavior, and start to live a positive life. Because being a codependent is like being an addict, to be honest, okay? Because you need a drug of the other person that they will say, oh, you did good, okay, so fine, you can stay. So, memories. When you lose someone dear to you, it leaves an everlasting void, and with it, you lose your personal sense of peace. You may be one of the many who believe your loved ones still around, and you want to strengthen your connection with them. You can do this as there is more going on behind the veil of God than meets the eye. You will experience visits in many different ways, a familiar smell, a nudge, or a white feather. This is just them saying hello. Everyone has a time to return home to heaven. Mantra, my loved ones are well cared for in heaven. So I'm not saying that anyone is going to die, but if you have lost people one way or the other, they might still live or they might not. You're still going to have connection with them in dreams. And some people... I talked about ending one's life. Some people do this and it is fine, okay? It's not fine for the people that's left behind, but it's fine for their soul. They are not going to be punished. They are as welcomed by God as anyone else. And they just couldn't stand this. They just couldn't go through the doorway. It's fine, okay? And it was not your fault. So that is what I want to say. And for those of you that think that you can move on from some girlfriend or boyfriend from hell, or a family member from hell, think again, okay? You are connected to this person in life and in death. And you are going to continue working together with them on a 5D level, for example, in dreams. And you might remember them 10,000 times a day. It doesn't mean that you are weak. It just means that this is one of the partners that you are working with this lifetime. So we can't, in this 5D reality that we are moving into, it's going to be very much harder to just, end it with a partner, for example, or a friend, and never hear from them again, because you will hear from them again because you are still together on a 5D level. Okay, so my dear Cancer, I hope this helped, and next reading I will do is like this, is the general reading for October that will be up in mid-September. And for the 8 signs that appreciate this general reading the most, there will be a Libra season love bonus reading up somewhere in the beginning of September. So until then, take really, really good care. And if you need personal assistance with this, you can also visit my webpage, www.queenofcupstarot.se. Okay, welcome and take good care. Bye-bye.